Hi friends, Ashley from Wildwoods&Homestead. I filmed a day in the life last week, and in it I shared just a little bit about what we have going on. I have a little bit of gardening in this video, some winter tea harvest, continued chicken fencing for our meat birds this year, and then a couple of products that I make and sell, and I have those in our online shop, and I will have a link to that online shop in the description box. One of the first things that I'm trying to do in the morning on the days that I can is to get out to the greenhouse to cut things back, to harvest the things that are in season, and to water the soil a little bit if I can. I try not to water the plants themselves because we are hitting very high temperatures in there and I'm experiencing a little bit of burning, so I kind of have to water in the evening. But we did receive our cooling system. Geoff had been working to figure that out, and we received it in the mail, and he and his dad installed that last week, and I have a video of that, and I will continue to share the progression of that year-round Volapini greenhouse. Something else that we were working on this day was a temporary fencing for our meat birds this year. We are hand clearing small sections and fencing those sections and putting animals on them. So this small area here, Geoff and the kids have been working to clear. We did have goats in there, and we had cows. We had a milk cow with her calf in there at one point, and we decided to go ahead and start over and to clear the land how we wanted to, and then to move towards the larger animals as we feel more ready. So this is a step in that direction. Geoff and the kids got that area fenced with the chicken wire on the lower half, and then we will fence the rest of it with a field wire so that we can hopefully have a milk cow in there soon. And then I just gave the camera to my 11-year-old, and she shared a little bit of a Haskap berry harvest that the kids were enjoying. These berry bushes we planted several years ago, but they were not doing very well, and we found out that we had planted them too close together. So last year, Geoff was able to borrow some equipment from a friend, and he carefully dug up these Haskap berry bushes, divided them, and planted them further apart. Then we covered the area with manure from our cows and our goats and our chickens, and then we thickly covered that with a mulch. And this year the mulch that we are using is a large round bale left over from our cows that has just gone moldy and old. So we are taking that and using that in lieu of wood chips, since this year we didn't have wood chips. And so far all of those fruit trees and fruit bushes seem to be coming back really well. Something else that we did was in the mornings we are harvesting a winter tea, and for that winter tea we're gathering raspberry leaf, yarrow, and clover. And yarrow is such a great thing to have in the garden. It is so pretty, easy to grow, full of nutrients. It's great for your digestive system. It's great for wound healing. So we add this to a winter tea, and in the mornings when it's cooler, we go out and harvest a little bit at a time, clean it and dehydrate it, and I show that process as well in this video. I didn't film getting the raspberry leaf because by that time we were just all so hot. We needed to quickly get it done and get inside and cool off and have a little bit of a break. And then I had these cantaloupe plants in my greenhouse, and they were just completely taking over. So I thought I would take a couple of those plants and put them outside and then cover them with a clover mulch, and that is just me pulling up the clover that grows around the edges of the garden. That is a cover crop from years ago that still keeps coming up around the edges. I will just pull that clover and lay it on the soil around whatever I'm planting to help it to break down the soil, to cover the soil, to protect the soil from the intense sun. And I just wanted to see how the cantaloupe would grow outside compared to how it does inside the greenhouse. Something else that I've shared in this video is how we prepare and dehydrate our tea. This is our yarrow, clover, and raspberry leaf, and I like to just make sure that everything is very clean. I clean my sink, I clean the herbs that we're using, and then we make sure that we clean our jars really well, and then we store those in a dark place. So for us, that is our hallway closet. We've made that into a pantry. Geoff built shelves in there for our garden harvest, and every morning we will go out and just try to harvest for an hour or so until we have enough of this that we feel will keep us stocked throughout the winter, because then we need to be moving on to other harvests that are coming into season. The harvest after this is our Saskatoon berries. So we try to get this tea harvest done so that we're not overlapping the things that we're harvesting, because that can get to be a little bit overwhelming. And then I'm just sharing a little bit about how I make my solid hair conditioner bar. This is not something that I was familiar with originally. I had a few customers ask me if I made solid hair conditioning bars, and I didn't know what they were. So I decided to try my hand at making them and figuring them out and seeing if they were actually something that might be worth making and might be worth replacing the liquid conditioner that I had been buying. And I actually do really love these bars. The base of my recipe is cocoa butter and tallow, grass-fed beef tallow. And I love the way that this feels and works in the hair. I actually had a week where I ran out of these and I didn't have time to make more, so I just used a leftover just natural conditioner that I had left over under my sink, and I used that for the week. And I noticed that my hair just was not feeling the same, that it was feeling really dry and less manageable. So I thought, well, we had a market coming up and I needed to make more, so I thought that would be a really good time to test that and go back to my solid hair conditioner bars and see if they were really everything that I had been thinking that they were. And so far I've really enjoyed them. I do have some customers who will buy these and then come back and ask, how do I use this? And something I'm learning is that I needed to put directions on my packaging. I just had a very simple label on there with the ingredients, and I didn't really explain how to use the bar. So in this video, I do share how to use the bar. And then, of course, I'm still working on my packaging. I'm still learning what packaging works best for each product, how to label each packaging with instructions so that my customers can get the most out of the products that they purchase from us. And then, of course, I'm really trying my best to use environmentally friendly packaging, and also packaging that is safe, because I'm running into a lot of packaging that can leach chemicals out based on the product. So all of that I'm still learning and working on. And then that afternoon I just wanted to take a little bit of a break and go hang out with my kids and just sit out and rest a little bit. But I do find that I really struggle to just sit. My mind is always going, my hands are always going, and I just feel better that way. It's not about necessarily being busy or productive. It's just the way that my brain kind of works, and I find it to be more relaxing to be sitting and doing something. And so something that I'm doing in this season, especially this season of a newborn and nursing, are making these dishcloths, and I love these dishcloths. I have them in my store as well. They are made with a non-GMO cotton. The yarns come in a variety of beautiful colors, and when we are done with our washcloths, when they are completely worn out, we just toss them into our compost. So I do have those in our shop as well. And then I'm just sharing how to use my conditioner bars. So you just wash your hair really well. It's best if your hair is really clean. And then you just want your hair to be really wet. You want the bar to be really wet. and you want to warm the bar a little bit in your hand or under warm water, and then you just run that down your hair. Some of the product will come off onto your hair and it will feel more like a pomade, so it's not going to feel like a liquid conditioner. You're not adding water to it to create a liquid. You are just adding water to the bar and then running the bar down through the hair until you have the amount of product that you feel is best for your hair. And then just rub that product in with your hands, and then if you can, allow it to sit for a couple of minutes in the shower before you then rinse it out, and then just rinse it out really well, just kind of working your hands through your hair. Also, it's a good idea to have a dry place to store your conditioner bar. It needs to be able to dry out completely between use, so not sitting in water, not sitting maybe in a humid spot. That way the bar will last as long as possible. You want it to get hard between uses. So those were just a few things that I wanted to share, a little bit about a day in the life and some projects that we have going on. I have some more videos coming up, and I am looking forward to sharing those, and I so appreciate you joining us.